Have you ever truly looked up at the night sky, far from city lights, and let your eyes adjust to the darkness? Suddenly, the universe reveals itself in a way that's impossible to see from the city, a breathtaking tapestry of stars, planets, and the faint glow of distant galaxies. It's in these moments, when the Milky Way spills across the darkness, that we feel both small and connected to something vast and mysterious. For as long as we've been human, we've gazed at those stars, seeing patterns, telling stories, and connecting the dots into heroes and monsters. The night sky became our first map, our first storybook, and our first calendar. This wasn't just idle stargazing, it was the birth of science, a deep curiosity about our place in the universe. Early astronomers charted the heavens, seeking to understand the rhythms of the cosmos and our own existence within it. We are explorers by nature, driven to cross continents, oceans, and now, to reach for the stars. Our urge to discover has always pushed us beyond the horizon, into the unknown. The stars are our next horizon, the ultimate unknown, calling to us with the promise of discovery and adventure. When we look at them, we see destinations, possibilities, and the hope of finding our place in the cosmos. Every culture has stories about the stars, legends passed down through generations, shaping our understanding of the universe and ourselves. Egyptians aligned pyramids to constellations, Polynesians navigated by them, Greeks named them. Across the world, the stars have guided, inspired, and united us. Our connection to the cosmos is universal, transcending borders and time. It's a bond that links every human who has ever looked up in wonder. The dream of reaching for the stars isn't new, it's an ancient longing, waiting for the right tools and the right moment to become reality. Living on other planets isn't just science fiction, it's the next step in our journey, a bold leap into a future we can only imagine. Mars isn't just a planet, it's a potential new home, a place where we might write the next chapter of our story. The moon isn't just a rock, it's a stepping stone, a symbol of how far we've come and how much farther we can go. The challenges are enormous, but the pull of the cosmos is undeniable. Each step forward is a testament to our courage and imagination. Our curiosity and spirit of exploration drive us forward, fueling dreams that once seemed impossible. The universe calls, and we're ready to answer. We stand on the edge of a new era, prepared to take our place among the stars. This is humanity's greatest adventure, a journey that will define who we are and what we can become. The dream is big, but so is our ambition. Together, we can reach farther than ever before. It's time to reach for the stars and see just how far our curiosity can take us. For most of human history, the idea of traveling to the stars was pure fantasy, an impossible dream that lived only in our imaginations. Ancient writers spun wild tales of journeys to the moon, by whirlwind, by cannon, even by riding on the backs of giant birds. These stories, passed down through generations, were more than just entertainment. They were windows into our longing to reach beyond the world we knew. These myths and legends reveal a deep universal desire to leave Earth behind, to explore the unknown, even when we had no way to do so. The scientific revolution changed everything. Thinkers like Copernicus and Galileo showed us that Earth wasn't the center of the universe. Suddenly, the moon and Mars became real places, worlds waiting to be explored, not just mysterious lights in the sky. This new understanding inspired generations of dreamers, scientists, and engineers to imagine what might be possible. Science fiction writers like Jules Verne and H.G. Wells painted vivid, imaginative pictures of space travel, fueling real innovation and sparking curiosity in young minds everywhere. In the 20th century, pioneers like Tsiolkovsky and Goddard gave us the rocket equation, the physics needed to escape Earth's gravity. Their work laid the foundation for everything that followed. The Cold War space race turned theory into reality, pushing technology forward at breakneck speed as nations competed to reach new heights. Then, in 1969, Apollo 11 landed humans on the moon for the very first time, turning centuries of dreams into a breathtaking reality. It was more than a technological feat. It was the fulfillment of thousands of years of dreaming, a moment that united people across the globe in wonder and pride. We proved the impossible was possible, and that humanity could reach beyond its cradle. That moment changed our perspective forever, reminding us how small and connected we are in the vastness of space. The moon was no longer out of reach. It became a symbol of what we can achieve when we dare to dream big. The journey from myth to moonshot was complete, and a new era of exploration had begun. The door to the solar system was open, inviting us to keep looking up and to keep reaching for the stars. Living on another planet sounds exciting, but space is deadly. The environment beyond Earth is unforgiving, and every moment requires careful planning and technology just to stay alive. The journey itself is perilous. Escaping Earth's gravity means riding a controlled explosion. Even a small malfunction during launch can spell disaster, and the risks don't end once you leave the ground. In space, you face a vacuum. Without protection, your body wouldn't survive. Spacesuits and spacecraft are your only barriers against the void, and even a tiny leak can be fatal. Radiation is a constant threat. Earth's magnetic field shields us, but Mars and the Moon offer little protection. Solar flares and cosmic rays can damage cells and increase cancer risk, making long-term exposure dangerous. Habitats will need thick shielding, maybe even underground, to block cosmic rays. Engineers are exploring new materials and designs to keep future explorers safe from invisible dangers. Gravity is another challenge. Months in weightlessness weaken bones and muscles. Astronauts must exercise daily to stay healthy, but artificial gravity solutions are still experimental. Mars's gravity is only a third of Earth's. We don't know the long-term effects. Will humans adapt, or will new health problems emerge over time? Isolation is extreme. A trip to Mars takes months, with long communication delays. There's no quick rescue, and messages to Earth can take over 20 minutes each way. Colonists will be on their own, facing psychological strain and confinement. Mental health support and strong teamwork will be as vital as oxygen. Astronauts must be resilient, adaptable, and able to work under pressure. Every crew member needs to be a problem solver, ready for emergencies. Every aspect of survival, air, water, food, health, must be engineered. Recycling systems, sustainable food sources, and medical care are all essential for life far from Earth. The risks are immense, but so is the reward. Exploring and settling new worlds could transform humanity's future. Surviving in space will test every limit we have. It demands courage, innovation, and a willingness to face the unknown. But it's the price of becoming a multi-planet species, and the first step toward a future among the stars. To live anywhere, you need air, water, and food. On Earth, nature provides these. In space, we must create and recycle them. Closed-loop life support is essential. Nothing can be wasted. Air. Habitats must scrub carbon dioxide and generate oxygen, possibly from local resources, like Martian CO2. Water. Too heavy to bring, so we'll mine ice from Mars or the Moon and recycle every drop. Wastewater. Even urine will be purified and reused. Food. Freeze-dried meals won't cut it forever. Colonies need to grow their own food, hydroponics, aeroponics, and greenhouses. We must learn which crops thrive in low gravity and protect them from radiation. The first fresh tomato grown on Mars will be a triumph. Every resource must be managed with care. Mastering these basics is the foundation of life beyond Earth. Surviving off Earth demands smart engineering. 3D printing lets us build habitats and tools from local materials, reducing what we need to launch. Solar power works well on the Moon, but Mars dust storms require reliable nuclear backup. Compact fission reactors can power settlements for years. Pressurized rovers will be essential for exploration and survival. Future rocket-powered hoppers could connect distant outposts. The key is in situ resource utilization, using what's already there. We'll mine water, make oxygen, extract metals, and produce fertilizer from Martian soil. Every kilogram we don't launch from Earth saves cost and risk. Isriu turns outposts into self-sufficient settlements. This is how we build a new world. Waking up on Mars means artificial sunlight, humming life support, and a habitat shielded from radiation. Every colonist is a technician, checking systems and maintaining their home. Space is tight, everything is multifunctional and efficient. The view, a silent red landscape, under a pink sky with Phobos and Deimos racing overhead. The first colony will be small, a close-knit community where everyone depends on each other. Communal spaces for eating, exercise, and relaxation are vital for mental health. Even a simple walk requires a spacesuit and an airlock. Mars' low gravity makes every step light and bouncy. The technology that keeps you alive is always present, a constant reminder of the thin line between life and death. Life on Mars is demanding, but awe-inspiring. Every day is a balance of risk, routine, and wonder. The challenges forge a unique bond among colonists. This is life on the frontier. Martian colonists are scientists, engineers, and builders. Their days are filled with research, studying rocks, weather, and growing food. Maintenance is constant, repairing systems, expanding habitats, and using 3D printers to build. Exercise is mandatory to stay healthy in low gravity. Recreation is crucial. Virtual reality, books, games, and art help maintain mental health. Creativity thrives. New music, paintings, and poetry inspired by Mars will emerge. The first Martian art will be a new chapter in human culture. Rest and play are as vital as work. Building a new civilization means nurturing both body and spirit. On Mars, every day is a blend of survival and creativity. Astronauts describe the overview effect, a shift in perspective when seeing Earth from space. Borders vanish. Earth becomes a fragile, shared home. Now imagine living on Mars, where Earth is just a distant star, a pale blue dot. This view would transform our sense of identity and unity. Martian colonists would see themselves as from Earth, not just from a country. Over time, they'd develop their own culture, traditions, and maybe even dialect. Humanity would become multi-planetary, redefining what it means to be human. Being human isn't about where you live, but about curiosity, creativity, and empathy. Our spirit would flourish wherever we go. The expansion to Mars enriches our story. We become a cosmic species. The dream of living beyond Earth is one of humanity's greatest ambitions. The challenges are huge, but so are the rewards. Some say we should fix Earth first, but space exploration and improving life here go hand in hand. Technologies for Mars, water recycling, efficient food production, clean energy, benefit Earth too. Big dreams inspire innovation and unite us with a shared purpose. The Apollo program sparked a generation. A Mars mission could inspire the world. We need that hope and ambition. Becoming multiplanetary is about survival, protecting consciousness from disaster. As Hawking said, space is our life insurance. A self-sustaining colony ensures humanity's story continues. It's our duty to the future. The quest is unending. We must keep reaching for the stars. Look up into the night sky. Let your eyes adjust to the darkness, and let your mind wander among the countless stars scattered above. Each point of light is a story, a mystery, a beacon from the vastness of space. Among them, one shines with a steady, reddish glow, a beacon that has captured human imagination for thousands of years. That steady, ancient glow is Mars. Through a telescope, its rusty hue stands out, hinting at a world both familiar and alien. Mars is not just another planet, it is a symbol, a challenge, and a promise. For millennia, humanity has watched this celestial wanderer, once seen as a god of war. Ancient civilizations tracked its movements, weaving its presence into myths and legends. Mars was a harbinger of change, a sign from the heavens, and a source of endless fascination. As our understanding grew, Mars transformed from a deity into a world with seasons and polar ice caps. We learned that it has weather, dust storms, and landscapes, shaped by time. The red planet became less of a mystery and more of a place, a real world, waiting to be explored. It became a destination, a cosmic neighbor waiting for a visit. The idea of traveling to Mars moved from the realm of fantasy to the edge of possibility. As our technology advanced and our curiosity deepened, Mars is the most Earth-like planet in our solar system, representing the possibility that life might not be unique to Earth. Its valleys, mountains, and frozen water suggest that it once may have been home to rivers and perhaps even life. The similarities and differences between our worlds fuel our desire to know more. This cosmic curiosity drives us, much like it drove our ancestors to explore new lands. The urge to cross oceans, climb mountains, and map the unknown is part of what makes us human. Mars is the next horizon, the next great adventure. The dream of going to Mars is more than a scientific goal. It's a story about who we are. It unites people across generations and cultures, inspiring wonder in children and adults alike. When we watch a rover land or see new images from the Martian surface, we share a collective sense of awe and hope. To reach for Mars is to reach for the grandest version of ourselves. It is to imagine a future where we are not bound by our home planet, but are explorers of the cosmos. Each step toward Mars is a step toward understanding our own potential. The red planet reflects our ambitions and deepest questions about our place in the universe. Are we alone? What is our destiny? Mars challenges us to look beyond ourselves and to seek answers to questions that have echoed through the ages. The answers might be buried in the red dust of Mars. Every rock, every grain of sand, could hold clues to the planet's past, and perhaps to our own future. The search for life, for water, for understanding, is a journey that connects us all. When you see that red dot in the sky, think of it as an invitation to an adventure. It's a reminder that the universe is vast, and that our story is still being written. Mars calls to the explorer in each of us, inviting us to dream bigger. The journey to Mars is about exploring the limits of our potential. It's about teamwork, innovation, and the courage to face the unknown. Scientists, engineers, and dreamers around the world are working together to make this dream a reality. It's about answering a call that has echoed through the ages, a whisper from the cosmos that says, "Come and see." The universe invites us to explore, to learn, and to grow. Mars is just the beginning. The quest for Mars is, at its heart, the quest for knowledge itself. It is a journey that asks us to imagine, to question, and to reach beyond what we know. As we set our sights on the red planet, we are reminded that the greatest discoveries often begin with a single, daring question: what if? Before we ever dreamed of sending humans to Mars, we sent our mechanical explorers, robots, across the vast gulf of space to pave the way. These early missions were our first tentative steps toward understanding the red planet, and they would become the foundation for everything that followed. The first attempts in the 1960s were fraught with difficulty. Rockets exploded, spacecraft lost contact, and many missions ended in silence. But each failure was a lesson, teaching us more about the challenges of interplanetary travel and the unforgiving nature of space. Engineers and scientists worked tirelessly, learning from every setback, determined to reach Mars. In 1971, NASA's Mariner 9 made history by becoming the first spacecraft to orbit another planet. As it circled Mars, it sent back thousands of images, unveiling a world that was far more complex and dynamic than anyone had imagined. Mariner 9 revealed gigantic volcanoes like Olympus Mons, the tallest in the solar system, and the vast Valles Marineris Canyon, stretching thousands of kilometers. For the first time, Mars was no longer just a distant point of light in the night sky. It was a real world, with mountains, valleys, and a history written in its rocks and dust. The next great leap came in 1976, when the Viking landers touched down on the Martian surface. These remarkable machines became our first stationary laboratories on another planet, surviving the perilous descent and landing in alien soil. The Viking landers took the first close-up photographs of the Martian landscape, revealing a barren yet strangely beautiful world. They scooped up soil, analyzed its chemistry, and searched for signs of life, an experiment that would spark decades of debate and curiosity. From those pioneering landers, a new generation of robotic explorers was born, the Mars rovers. These mobile laboratories would go on to transform our understanding of the planet, each one more advanced than the last. It began with Sojourner in 1997, a small but groundbreaking rover that proved we could drive on another planet. Then came Spirit and Opportunity, twin rovers that far outlasted their expected lifespans, exploring craters and hills for years. Curiosity, with its advanced laboratory, landed in 2012, followed by Perseverance, which arrived in 2021, searching for signs of ancient life and preparing for future human missions. These rovers have traveled miles across the Martian terrain, braving dust storms, freezing nights, and rocky obstacles. Each journey has brought new discoveries, from strange rock formations to the chemical fingerprints of water. They have uncovered evidence of ancient lakes, riverbeds, and even the possibility of long-lost Martian seas. These findings suggest that Mars was once a warmer, wetter world, perhaps even capable of supporting life. These robots are our pioneers, leaving tracks in the Martian dust for human boots to follow. Their discoveries have inspired a new generation of explorers, and every wheel print brings us one step closer to setting foot on Mars ourselves. Mars is not a short trip across the street, it's a journey across a vast ocean of space. The distance between Earth and Mars changes, creating a narrow launch window every 2 years. This immense distance presents the first challenge time. A one-way trip to Mars takes 6 to 9 months, with the crew confined to a small space. Communication delays mean no real-time conversation or immediate help. Space is filled with radiation, posing health risks and requiring heavy shielding. Weightlessness during the journey weakens muscles and bones, making the transition to Martian gravity a physical shock. The journey to Mars is perilous at every stage. The launch is a controlled explosion, requiring perfect harmony of thousands of components. Once in space, the spacecraft is a fragile vessel carrying everything needed for survival. A critical system failure, millions of miles from Earth, is life-threatening. The crew must be highly trained to fix problems with limited tools. Landing on Mars involves a complex sequence of heat shields, parachutes, and retro rockets. After landing, the crew faces the psychological challenges of isolation and constant danger. Landing on Mars is only half the battle. The next challenge is survival. The red planet is a place of both promise and peril, where every day will test the limits of human ingenuity and endurance. After the thrill of touchdown fades, reality sets in. Mars is not a place built for life as we know it. The journey has just begun. Mars is a world of extremes with frigid temperatures that can plunge far below freezing, and an unbreathable atmosphere made mostly of carbon dioxide. Dust storms can last for weeks, blocking out the sun and making solar power unreliable. The landscape is beautiful but unforgiving, with rocky plains and towering volcanoes. The first explorers will need a protected habitat providing air, water, and warmth. These habitats must shield them from deadly radiation and the constant threat of micrometeorites. Inside, advanced life support systems will recycle air and water, creating a safe haven in the midst of a hostile world. Water is critical, and Mars has it, but it's frozen beneath the surface or locked in polar ice caps. Extracting this water will be a daily necessity, not just for drinking, but for growing food and making oxygen. Astronauts will need technology to extract and melt ice for water. Sophisticated machines will drill into the Martian soil, harvest the ice, and purify it for use. Every drop will be precious, recycled, and reused to sustain life. Living on Mars means relying on in-situ resource utilization, using Martian resources to create what they need. From building materials to fuel, every resource must be carefully managed and produced on-site, reducing dependence on costly, resupply missions from Earth. Food is another challenge. Astronauts will become Martian farmers, growing crops in greenhouses. These greenhouses will be carefully controlled environments where every seed, drop of water, and ray of sunlight is accounted for. Success will mean fresh food and a sense of normalcy far from home. The first Martian meal will be a monumental achievement, a symbol of life taking root on another world. It will mark the beginning of a new chapter in human history, proving that with determination and innovation, we can survive and even thrive on Mars. NASA's Artemis program is preparing for the next giant leap, establishing a sustainable human presence on the Moon. The Moon is a proving ground for technologies needed for Mars. The Space Launch System and Orion capsule are central to Artemis, designed for deep space. Artemis missions will build a base on the Moon and a space station in lunar orbit, the Gateway. The Gateway will be a staging post for Mars missions. By going to the Moon first, NASA can perfect living and working on another celestial body, reducing risks for Mars. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, aims to make humanity a multiplanetary species with a city on Mars. The key is Starship, a fully reusable transportation system. Reusability lowers the cost of space travel, making a Mars city possible. Starship can carry up to 100 people, or over 100 tons of cargo to Mars. The plan involves orbital refueling and landing on Mars using powerful engines. Cargo ships will deliver essential systems, and the first crewed Starship will set up a permanent habitat. This creates a continuous transportation link between Earth and Mars. Imagine the day when humanity takes its first step on Mars. A boot presses into the red soil, marking a new era. Humanity is no longer a single-planet species. The first words spoken will echo through history, a profound achievement, The first explorers will see a pale pink sky and two tiny moons. They will feel the pull of weaker gravity bounding across the landscape. Their tasks will be scientific, searching for signs of life and analyzing the Martian environment. But their mission will also be a deeply human experience, inspiring a new generation of explorers. The quest to Mars is an investment in humanity's future. The challenges will drive innovation, benefiting Earth with new technologies. Exploring Mars will change our perspective, fostering global unity. The shared goal of reaching Mars can bring nations together in peaceful cooperation. Discovering life on Mars would suggest life is common in the universe, changing our understanding of our place. Ultimately, the journey to Mars is an expression of the human spirit, a testament to our curiosity and drive to explore the unknown. Look up at the night sky. Among the countless stars, one small reddish point of light has captured our imagination for centuries. Mars. It's not just a planet, it's a destination, a story waiting to be written. For all of human history, we've been bound to Earth, but now, the shores of other worlds are calling. The journey to Mars is more than a technological feat. It's a leap in our evolution, a step toward becoming a multiplanetary species. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the next chapter in the human adventure. Imagine waking up to a pinkish red sky, looking out at ochre deserts and towering canyons. The future on Mars is filled with challenges, but also with unparalleled opportunities. Humanity's story is one of exploration, pushing boundaries, daring the impossible. Now, that spirit is propelling us toward the stars, with Mars as our first port of call. This journey isn't just for astronauts, it's for all of us, a dream that unites and inspires. The red dust of Mars holds the promise of a new beginning and a chance to learn more about our place in the universe. The first footprints on Mars will be a testament to our ingenuity and hope for the future. Establishing a presence on another planet will fundamentally change our perspective, giving us new insights into life and our own world. As we reach for Mars, we're reaching for a new understanding of ourselves. Life on Mars would be a world away from everything we know. Earth gives us air, water, and warmth, luxuries Mars can't offer. Mars's atmosphere is thin and mostly carbon dioxide. You can't step outside without a life support system. Gravity is only 38% of Earth's, which would weaken muscles and bones over time. Settlers would need rigorous exercise just to stay healthy. A Martian day, or sol, is close to ours, but a year is nearly twice as long, with frigid winters and mild summers. The average temperature is minus 60 degrees Celsius. Habitats must be insulated and energy efficient. The landscape is stark rust-colored dust, giant volcanoes and canyons that dwarf Earth's. No oceans, no rivers, no rain, just a pale butterscotch sky and profound silence. Every moment on Mars is a reminder that you're on an alien world. Living there means embracing minimalist beauty and the raw power of the cosmos. Mars challenges us to adapt, survive, and thrive, in a place where the rules of existence are rewritten. It's a world of endless, breathtaking vistas and endless challenges. Living on Mars isn't as simple as packing your bags. The journey alone takes 6 to 9 months, months of isolation, radiation, and risk. We need faster propulsion and better shielding to protect crews. Once there, survival depends on creating air, water, and food from Martian resources. Moxie has shown we can extract oxygen from Mars's atmosphere. Future versions will be vital for breathing and rocket fuel. Habitats must be airtight, insulated, and shielded from radiation, possibly built underground, or with Martian regolith. Water can be extracted from ice at the poles or underground, essential for drinking and splitting into hydrogen and oxygen. Food can't come from Earth forever. Settlers must become expert Martian farmers, growing crops in greenhouses or hydroponic farms. Every resource must be recycled and every system maintained. The principle is clear. To survive, we must live off the land. The challenges are immense, but so are the rewards. Mars will test our ingenuity like never before. Life on Mars will demand a radical reinvention of society. Every breath, every drop of water, every resource will be precious and meticulously managed. Waste and inefficiency will be obsolete. Sustainability is survival. The first settlers will be a small, interdependent group. Cooperation is essential. Decisions will be data-driven and focused on the collective good. New forms of governance may emerge, more collaborative and less hierarchical. Daily routines will revolve around maintenance, research, food production, and exercise. Even leisure will be different. Virtual reality, creative pursuits, and communal activities will help settlers connect and cope. Martian culture will be unique, shaped by the environment and the need for mutual reliance. Art, music, and storytelling will reflect the Martian experience, poetry about two moons, paintings of red sunsets. The challenges and isolation will inspire new philosophies and perspectives. Martian settlers will be the first to see Earth as a distant blue dot, forever changing their sense of identity. Life on Mars will forge a new branch of human civilization. Living on Mars will transform our mindset. Every atom is precious. Consumption and waste will be reimagined. Habitats will be seen as living ecosystems, not just buildings. Survival will depend on long-term planning and foresight. Every decision will be weighed for its impact, months or years ahead. Martian pioneers will become ultimate stewards of their environment. The night sky on Mars, free from light pollution, will inspire awe and a sense of cosmic connection. Seeing Earth as a distant point will foster the overview effect, a deep sense of unity and planetary fragility. This Martian mindset will ripple back to Earth, inspiring new approaches to sustainability and resource management. The stories and discoveries from Mars will motivate us to rethink how we live on our own planet. Martian settlers will show that a different, more mindful way of living is possible and necessary. Their example will be a powerful lesson for Earth's future. The Martian experience will redefine what it means to be human. The quest for Mars will transform life on Earth. Technologies for closed-loop life support will bring clean water and air to places in need. Martian farming techniques could revolutionize agriculture in arid regions. The drive for Mars will push robotics, AI, material science, and medicine into new frontiers. A new generation will be inspired to tackle big problems, both on Earth and beyond. Mars is a catalyst for a global renaissance in science and technology. A Martian colony gives humanity a crucial backup, a safeguard against existential threats. This isn't about abandoning Earth, but protecting it and ensuring our survival. The shared goal of reaching Mars can unite humanity, making our divisions seem small. International cooperation will be essential, bringing together the best minds and resources. By reaching for another world, we may learn to better live together on this one. The perspective gained from Mars could help us see ourselves as crew members on Spaceship Earth. Why go to Mars when Earth has so many problems? Because exploration is in our nature. It's not a luxury, it's an investment in our future, the engine of innovation and inspiration. Mars is a planetary fossil, a window into the past, and possibly the origins of life. Finding life, or confirming its absence, would be a profound discovery, reshaping our understanding of existence. The technologies developed for Mars will create new industries and jobs on Earth. The pursuit of Mars is a high-yield investment that drives economic growth and improves lives. Great challenges bring out the best in us, forcing us to be smarter, more creative, and more cooperative. Settling another world will inspire billions, proving we can achieve the impossible. It gives us a shared sense of purpose and hope for the future. In a divided world, the dream of Mars offers a unifying, optimistic vision. We go to Mars for the expansion of the human spirit. It's a beacon of hope, reminding us that our potential is limited only by our courage and imagination. Mars is not just a destination, it's a cosmic imperative. The first children born on Mars will mark a turning point in our story. They'll be the first true Martians, growing up under a pink sky with 2 moons and low gravity. Their bodies and minds will adapt in ways we can only imagine. Their culture will be shaped by the Martian environment, art, music, and literature reflecting their unique reality. Earth will be a distant ancestral home, a place of legend. Their lives will be a blend of enclosed spaces and the freedom of a new world. Every footprint will be a first, every day an act of pioneering. Their existence will double the scope of human experience and force us to rethink what it means to be human. The psychological impact will be profound, never knowing rain or forests, but forging new dreams. The emergence of Martians will deepen our sense of planetary identity. Knowing humans live on that faint red light will change how we see ourselves. The birth of Martians will unite us, making us more aware of our shared humanity. The journey to Mars is a defining moment for our civilization. It's the moment we choose to secure our future by venturing beyond Earth. Becoming multiplanetary is about more than survival. It's about transcendence. Building a society on Mars will force us to rethink how we live on Earth. The lessons learned there could help us heal and preserve our home. Mars will be our laboratory for a better future. Centuries from now, our descendants may look back at this era as the time when everything changed. The first Martian colony will be the humble beginning of a magnificent expansion. The path leads not just to Mars, but to the stars beyond. For billions of years, the universe has waited for a species to reach out. Now, that's us. We are the means by which the cosmos knows itself. The journey to Mars is the next sentence in our cosmic story. Our future is not written in the stars, but by our courage to reach for them. Why do we look to the stars? Since the dawn of humanity, we've gazed upward, searching for meaning and possibility beyond our world. The night sky has always inspired questions about our place in the universe and what lies beyond the familiar. Mars, our celestial neighbor, has long been a source of fascination and potential. Its reddish glow has sparked myths, scientific curiosity, and dreams of exploration for generations. The dream of setting foot on its rusty soil is more than adventure. It's about pushing the boundaries of human exploration. Mars represents the next great leap, a challenge that calls to our pioneering spirit and desire to discover the unknown. Spreading to another planet is a form of cosmic insurance, ensuring humanity's story continues even if disaster strikes Earth. By reaching Mars, we create a backup for civilization, safeguarding our species and culture for future generations. The journey to Mars is a monumental step in our evolution, transforming us from planetary inhabitants to citizens of the solar system. It's a bold move that could redefine what it means to be human. Imagine standing on Mars, looking up at a sky where Earth is just a tiny, blue dot. A powerful reminder of our shared origins. That distant speck would hold all our memories, history, and loved ones. This perspective can unite us, highlighting the fragility and beauty of our home. Seeing Earth from afar can foster a sense of global connection and responsibility. The quest for Mars is both a journey outward and a reflection inward, forcing us to appreciate Earth anew. It reminds us to cherish our planet's life and diversity, even as we reach for new horizons. Exploring Mars demands global cooperation and ingenuity, with benefits that ripple back to Earth. The technologies and partnerships we develop can solve problems here at home and inspire future generations. It's a grand project that embodies our curiosity, resilience, and unending reach for the stars. Mars is not just a destination, it's a symbol of hope, unity, and the limitless potential of humanity. Mars is a harsh, unforgiving world, a far cry from Earth's comfort. Its rusty deserts stretch endlessly beneath a thin alien sky, and every step on its surface is a reminder of how far we are from home. The atmosphere is thin, mostly carbon dioxide, making it impossible to breathe without a suit. There's barely any oxygen and the air pressure is less than 1% of Earth's, so even a small tear in a spacesuit could be fatal. The lack of pressure would cause bodily fluids to boil, and the cold is relentless, averaging -63 degrees Celsius. Nighttime temperatures can plunge even lower, turning the Martian surface into a frozen wasteland where survival is a constant struggle. Energy will be precious, needed to keep habitats warm and equipment running. Solar power is abundant during the day, but dust storms can block sunlight for weeks, forcing us to rely on backup systems and careful energy management. Water exists, but only as ice, locked in polar caps and permafrost, inaccessible without advanced technology. Extracting and purifying it will be a daily challenge, and every drop will be precious for drinking, growing food, and making oxygen. The Martian soil is rich in minerals but laced with toxic perchlorates, posing risks to water and food supplies. Before we can grow crops, we'll need to find ways to remove or neutralize these chemicals, or risk poisoning ourselves. Mars also lacks a magnetic field, exposing settlers to dangerous radiation. Without protection, long-term exposure could cause cancer and other health problems, making shielding a top priority for any habitat. Habitats must be fortresses, shielding us from cold, toxins, and cosmic rays. Every wall, every airlock, every layer of insulation is a barrier between life and the hostile Martian environment. Every aspect of life on Mars is a battle against the elements. Dust storms can last for months, battering equipment and blocking sunlight, while the thin air offers little protection from meteoroids or temperature swings. Survival will depend on innovation, resourcefulness, and constant vigilance. We'll need to invent new tools, adapt old ones, and work together to solve problems no one has faced before. The challenges are immense, but overcoming them is the price of becoming a multi-planet species. Each obstacle we conquer brings us closer to a future where humans live and thrive beyond Earth. Mars will test our limits, but it will also reveal our greatest strengths. The journey will demand courage, creativity, and a willingness to push beyond what we thought possible. The Red Planet demands nothing less than our best. It will challenge our bodies, our minds, and our spirit of exploration. Only through relentless adaptation, teamwork, and ingenuity can we hope to call Mars home, and in doing so, we may discover a new chapter for humanity among the stars. How do you survive where there's no air to breathe? By transforming Mars itself. The Martian atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide, useless to us, but a resource for oxygen extraction. NASA's MOXIE experiment proved we can split Martian air to make oxygen, a vital step for future habitats. Scaling up this technology means Martian bases could generate their own air and rocket fuel. Inside habitats, air will be recycled in closed loops, with plants playing a key role, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. This symbiosis between humans and plants is essential for a stable ecosystem. Some dream of terraforming Mars, but for now, survival means creating small, breathable bubbles. Our air on Mars will be a triumph of engineering, made from the red dust itself. Breathing on Mars will be a daily reminder of our ingenuity. Water is life, and on Mars, it's a hidden treasure locked in ice. Polar caps and subsurface ice deposits are vast reservoirs waiting to be tapped. Robotic miners will extract ice, which can be melted and purified for drinking, farming, and hygiene. Water can also be split into oxygen and hydrogen, fuel for breathing and rockets. Recycling is paramount. Every drop, from breath to waste, will be reclaimed and reused. Advanced filtration systems will ensure nothing is wasted, making Martian water purer than most on Earth. On Mars, the concept of waste disappears. Everything is a resource. These technologies could revolutionize water management back home, helping billions facing scarcity. The quest for Martian water teaches us to value and protect our own. Mars may be dry, but it could help us save Earth's blue. Martian settlers can't rely on shipments from Earth. They must become farmers. Every meal will be the result of careful planning, innovation, and teamwork, as the very act of growing food becomes a daily mission for survival. All food will be grown indoors, in pressurized greenhouses or hydroponic bays, shielded from cold and radiation. These controlled environments will allow settlers to cultivate crops year-round, regardless of the harsh Martian seasons outside. Hydroponics and aeroponics allow efficient soil-free farming, using minimal water and space. These advanced systems recycle water and nutrients, making every drop count in the resource-scarce Martian habitat. Fast-growing crops like lettuce, tomatoes and potatoes will form the backbone of the Martian diet. These reliable staples can be harvested quickly, providing essential vitamins and calories for the colony. Martian soil is rich in minerals but must be processed to remove toxins and enriched with compost from organic waste. Scientists will experiment with different blends to create a safe, fertile growing medium. Every scrap of food and waste will be recycled into fertilizer, creating a closed-loop system. Nothing is wasted. Nutrients are constantly cycled back into the food chain, supporting new growth. Protein will come from crops like soya beans, and eventually, insects or lab-grown meat. These alternative sources are efficient, sustainable, and can be produced with far fewer resources than traditional livestock. The Martian menu will be resourceful, sustainable, and scientifically designed for health. Nutritionists will carefully balance every meal to ensure settlers stay strong and healthy in the challenging environment. Farming on Mars is a marvel of ingenuity, a green oasis in a red desert. These thriving farms will be a symbol of hope and resilience, proving that life can flourish even on a distant world. The lessons learned could transform agriculture on Earth. Techniques developed for Mars may help us grow more food with fewer resources, even in the most challenging environments. On Mars, survival means reimagining food from the ground up. The future of farming is being written on the red planet, one seed, one harvest, and one meal at a time. Martian homes must be more than shelters, they're life support systems and fortresses. Radiation is the greatest threat, so habitats will be built underground or covered in thick Martian soil. Inflatable structures, buried under regolith, offer protection and insulation. Building materials will come from Mars itself. Regolith can be sintered into bricks, and 3D printers will construct habitats layer by layer. This reduces the need to launch heavy materials from Earth. Inside, habitats will be designed for efficiency and well-being, with open layouts, virtual windows, and gardens. Communal spaces and exercise facilities will be vital for health and morale. Every detail will be engineered for survival and comfort in a hostile world. A Martian home is a masterpiece of adaptation and design. A day on Mars begins with artificial sunrise, synced to the planet's 24.6-hour sol. Exercise is essential to counteract low gravity's effects on muscles and bones. After a breakfast of hydroponic produce, settlers tackle vital roles: geology, engineering, botany, each critical to survival. Communication with Earth is delayed, so messages replace real-time conversation. Maintenance is constant. Martian dust infiltrates everything. Evenings bring communal meals and moments of reflection, gazing at the alien landscape or the distant blue dot of Earth. Life on Mars is a blend of science, hard work, and quiet wonder. Every soul is purposeful, a new chapter in human exploration. Mars forces us to rethink resources, waste, and survival. Closed-loop recycling of air, water, and nutrients will drive ultimate sustainability. Martian farming, hydroponics and aeroponics will revolutionize agriculture using less water and land. These innovations can transform cities and arid regions on Earth. Mars will push us to develop advanced solar and energy storage technologies, accelerating our shift to renewables. The greatest lesson is perspective. From Mars, Earth is a fragile, blue dot, a shared home. The Martian challenge urges us to become better stewards of our planet. The quest for Mars is not escape. It's a mirror, reflecting our responsibilities. By reaching for Mars, we learn how to save Earth. The journey to Mars is the next chapter in humanity's story. A permanent presence there would secure our future, ensuring our knowledge and culture endure. This is optimism, not pessimism, a belief in our potential to thrive beyond Earth. Mars will drive innovation, inspiring new generations, and uniting humanity in a common cause. The challenges will yield breakthroughs that benefit all of us. Colonizing Mars requires global cooperation, dissolving borders in pursuit of a shared dream. The path is long and difficult, but exploration is in our DNA. We are the universe made conscious, destined to reach beyond our world. The first footprints on Mars will be a triumph of the human spirit, a promise to future generations. The red planet beckons, and our cosmic destiny awaits.